here with my colleague, Amber Lawrence, who's Associate Vice President of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion efforts. Many of you know Amber from her previous role, where she was our CMB champion and leader, and I look forward to talking to Amber today, not only about her career, but how important mentorship has been. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you, Marcia.
So I gave a little highlight that you used to run the CMB certification program, and now you're in charge of our DE&I efforts. Tell us a little bit about your career and how you landed in your current role.
Sure. Well, I'm a 16-year veteran here at the MBA, having worn different hats in addition to managing our certification and designation programs. I initially started out thinking I was going to be an attorney, and so I started with our general counsel. But those aspirations quickly faded, and I found my place here at MBA through no mistake, I believe, through the guidance of good mentors, sponsors, leaders, such as yourself and many of the other senior management on staff. So yeah, definitely has been a wonderful opportunity to transition through multiple roles here at the MBA.
I know you've launched a huge mentorship program that our members can take advantage of as well. Before we get in a little bit of that, tell me how important mentorship has been for you and the type of guidance you've received from your mentors.
Sure. I think I had my first mentor in high school. I participated in a program called the Black Achievers program offered through the YMCA. And I'll never forget her name, Dasha Kelly. She helped guide and steer me through a very formative time in my career. Early in career, I started working, or interning rather, as an intern with a law firm. Again, those aspirations of wanting to be an attorney. And she highlighted the importance of, time management, helped guide me through forming my writing voice, how to be strategic in my thinking. So even in those early years, mentorship was very formative for me.
It's funny, Donna Phillips was my mentor early on, and I always say I didn't realize at the time how what she taught me would carry me through my entire career, and I am eternally grateful.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the program that you launched last year, I believe as a pilot, and now it is part of what MBA offers, not only for people in the industry, but for many of our members to take advantage of a mentorship program.
Absolutely. The Developing Leaders Mentoring Program, powered by our friends over at Engage Mentoring, has been wildly successful. It's in our second year, our second cohort. And anecdotally, a lot of our members are telling us that it has been truly instrumental in the development of their careers. Some have gone on to do wonderful things, not only within their organizations through promotions, but also some of the other leadership programs that we offer here at the MBA. Additionally, we also have partners that we work with in which we're engaged with many of the historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs as they're called. Our partners Home Free, USA, NAMBA, NARAB, to name a few.
And if I understand correctly, anybody who's a member of MBA can sign up to either be a mentee or a mentor, so it doesn't have to be people from the same organization, correct?
Absolutely. It's industry-wide, available in both segments, both residential and single-family and commercial multifamily. And it is complementary. It's one of our complementary member benefits. And so we've had those who are in the commercial segment of the industry mentoring those on the residential side and vice versa. The other thing that's unique about this program is that you're able to serve as both a mentor and a mentee at the same time, which I think is pretty cool. Leveraging those skill sets, even if you're early in your career, it's not your traditional, you have to be, 10, 15 years senior in order to serve as a mentor. You can do so while in the early stages of your career.
That's awesome. And if I wanted to learn more about the program or sign up for it, where do I go?
Sure. On our website, mba.org/DEI is where we house all of our resources, is one of our DEI initiatives, and it's the Developing Leaders Mentoring Program.
So I'm going to switch gears a little bit, and you have had a great career here at MBA and will continue to have a great career because you are just such a valuable contributor. Amber, what's the best career advice you've received along the way?
I've had such good favor of having so many wonderful mentors, sponsors, as I mentioned, too. And one of the things that kind of just rings true for me is just being myself. No one else can be me. There's things that you can emulate about others. There's things that you can learn. And, having developed through leadership programs and having participated in opportunities that have helped develop my skill set, one of the things that just remains true is just being myself and bringing my full self to the job that I'm doing, regardless of whatever it is.
Yes, and I think what being authentic and being comfortable being authentic is something that is really great advice. So one last question for you. If somebody is apprehensive about approaching somebody in their organization or even outside of their organization to be a mentor, give them that feedback, that raw, good, bad, ugly feedback, whatever it is, right? Because we say mentors should be able to give us all the feedback we need to hear. What is your advice on how to approach someone on being a mentor?
Sure. I think it should be something that could happen organically. So maybe not even approach it with the intention of selecting them or asking them to be your mentor. Perhaps ask someone to have coffee with you, 15 minutes within their day, and to see if it's a good fit, see if it's something. Ask a direct question about maybe something you're struggling with or having issues on advancing forward with. And I think there's social media and there's tools that we have that have been able to help us leverage a lot of those relationships when you have maybe apprehension about reaching out, maybe LinkedIn being one of those things. I've had students that I've interacted with through some of these programs in which we're acquainted with reach out to me and ask just a few questions, and then it turns out to be a mentor-mentee relationship. So just be open and willing to receive that feedback too, and you'll never know what you can find.
That's great advice. Amber, thank you for being here today and advocating for mentorship. I believe it's one of the most important things we can do in our career. And when you're being mentored, be open to the feedback. It's so important.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marcia.